Exclusive. Branding experts warn Rachel Zegler backlash could ruin Disney's big budget Snow White remake and predict executives will be having crisis talks in order to win back fans ahead of 2024 release. And now, I'm going to show you why.
Reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago. It's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for in the world.
What women are fit for? Well, Rachel, in this dated movie, the queen, a woman, is the one that's in the position of power, and she didn't lose her throne when the king, her husband, Snow White's father, died. Isn't that funny? That no man took away her throne from her, that they thought that she was doing a pretty good job, even though her husband, the king, is no longer there. I guess that is a little dated. Okay, Rachel.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms, is what makes it so relevant to where we are today.
So in other words, this isn't Snow White we're watching, it's a weird amalgamation of people who fundamentally don't understand the story or what made it as successful as it was. Also, don't you love how they just completely discount everything that the dwarves did for Snow White? Yeah, there's no regard at all for everything that they do to help her. They're the real heroes of it. It's not called Snow White, it's called Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. Oh yeah, but Disney got rid of them, didn't they?
And so when we came to reimagining the actual role, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
You know what I love about the original movie? Is that Snow White already knew all of those things, because back in those times, royals were educated from the moment they were capable of learning, and Snow White has been prepping to be a queen her entire life. And we see that illustrated when she meets the dwarves and teaches them manners. So funny how Rachel is bragging about how her character doesn't know any of those things that a princess would have been taught her entire life. Wow. And she's just now learning them in her late teenage years. Oof. I wouldn't brag about being that dumb, Rach.
It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that
She's not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Again, the absolute obsession with completely denigrating Snow White's desire to be with her one true love. And sorry to break it to you, Rach, but this story has been around a lot longer than 1937, and it's still one of the most popular stories to date because of that timeless aspect of it, that when people go through hard times, it is very important to them to be around the people that they love. Snow White has lost her father, the king. She has gone from being a princess to being forced to being a maid in her own house, and she is surrounded by people that are afraid to go near her, and a queen that despises her so much that she calls for a huntsman to cut out her heart and put it in a box. So when we hear Snow White, some of the first words she says is, "I'm wishing for the one I love to find me." Rachel thinks that that's a bad thing. She thinks that it's a bad thing for when a person is in a time of struggle and strife to be surrounded by people that love them and have the desire to be around people that love them. And this whole cope with, oh, well, she's going to learn to be the ruler that she knows she can be. Rachel, Snow White already knows those things. You would know that if you actually watched the movie and paid attention. But I guess doing research is too hard for you.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Dated, really? Well, Rachel, let me give you a little history lesson on this dated movie. The queen is the one that's in the position of power. When we first meet Snow White, she is wishing into the wishing well that the one she loves will find her because she has basically been dethroned by the evil queen, her stepmother, and been forced to be a maid. The prince and her have actually known each other their entire lives, and she has been in love with the prince her entire life. These scenes weren't in the movie because at the time Disney animators did not know how to animate the prince properly, so that is why he's only in the beginning and the end. She runs away from him because she has never been alone with a man before. That wasn't proper for women back in those times. And as he is singing to her because he has finally found her, because the queen has had her hidden away, she preps herself and returns his love because this is the first time them seeing each other as adults now, as the evil queen watches on. That's not a stalker, Rachel. That's two people that love each other and have been kept away from one another. You wouldn't know what that's like, would you?
Weird. So we didn't do that this time. Cast a guy in the movie. Right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
You know, she's so disgusted by having a male co-star and a male love interest, but that's the whole reason why she's on the map, was because she played the love interest in West Side Story. Funny how it was okay then, right, Rachel? Funny how when that's what gets you famous and gets you into Hollywood, it's okay. Pretty hypocritical of you there.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
Oh, Rach, that just tells me that you're not a smart businesswoman and you're not as smart as you think. If you wanted royalties for streaming, you should have had that in your contract before you agreed to do the movie. Also, didn't you get paid millions of dollars to stand there in a dress? Oh no. How awful. You got paid for doing your job. Smallest violin in the world, Rach.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film.
You know, I find it kind of hard to believe that someone who was so terrified of this movie, so terrified of this ride, out of all of the Disney princesses that you could have dressed up as, like Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel, Jasmine, Pocahontas, Mulan, the two Disney princesses that you chose to dress up as was Belle, and the one that you were so terrified of, you only watched the movie once. Not really sure if that adds up there, Rach. Now, after everything I've shown you in this video, all the clips from Rachel and Gal herself, are you guys at all shocked by this headline? I know I'm not. Let me know what you think about everything down below in the comments. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked my channel and want to see more of my content, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. If you'd like to follow me on other social medias, you can find them all available on my Linktree. And if you'd like to support the channel, go and back my calendar that's live now on Indiegogo. Thank you everyone, and have a great rest of your day.